Hello and welcome to the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup, a Dorna feeder series that has been running since 2014, trying to help riders from the Asian, Australasian region to get themselves into World Championship level one day. So far, the feeder system has been working very well. 5 or 6 riders have made their way through this and into Red Bull Rookies, and ultimately into the Moto3 World Championship, and who knows what beckons for them from here on in. We're coming up to the final 2 rounds of the championship. A race took place yesterday. We have one more here in Motegi today. Then, of course, we go to the season finale at the Sepang International Circuit. This one here that you're looking at is the highlights from yesterday's race. Try and keep up with it if you can. 19 riders started the day, only 8 finished in a stopped race that was restarted again and won by Ryusei Yamanaka, who comes into today as the championship leader. Hello then, and welcome to the Twin Ring Motegi. It has been raining most of the day here. We've just witnessed 3 very interesting races here at Grand Prix level. It's round 15 of the MotoGP World Championship. Missed around this circuit. It's been a thoroughly miserable weekend weather-wise, but thoroughly entertaining racing-wise. We've just seen a phenomenal MotoGP race. I won't give away the results just in case you've not seen them yet. We've still got one race to go, though, here on this 4.8-kilometre circuit here in Japan, and it's the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup, FIM backed as ever, Dorna feeder series. What a race this was yesterday. Wow. I don't really know where to start. It was a race that was stopped as we look here at Chan On-Chu. He was battling for the lead with the then championship leader, Haruki Noguchi. Noguchi went down. He took Chan On-Chu with him. Then it started to drizzle. Chan On-Chu's twin brother, Denitsu On-Chu. Oh, blimey, actually, this is earlier on. And on the warm-up lap, Chan On-Chu has crashed again. Chan On-Chu there. This is the warm-up lap. Sighting lap, of course, yeah, as they exit pit lane. So Chan On-Chu's bad luck continues here, but he's obviously made it down on the grid and is okay. Blimey, it couldn't really get much worse, could it, for Chan On-Chu at this moment in time? Anyway, to cut a very long story short, Denitsu On-Chu went out there, tried to pick up the pieces, ended up finishing in 3rd, having crashed. Red flags came out, he was allowed to restart. Ryusei Yamanaka was the race winner from Azroy Anwar and Denitsu On-Chu. Where do we sit today? Well, Yuki Kuni here is on pole position. He's 6th in the championship. He's on 85 points. He needs a big result here today, does Yuki Kuni. He fell yesterday at turn number 5. Second on the grid is Azroy Anwar. Now, he's been a bit of a bridesmaid, if you like, so far this year, the Malaysian. He's been in 2nd place 4 times, but championship-wise, it's all looking good. He's 3rd overall. He's only 10 points down on the series leader, Ryusei Yamanaka. There are 75 available. 25 here today for the race win, and then, of course, over in Sepang, 2 races left. Chan On-Chu here, getting himself composed after a bit of a disaster that came for him just a moment. This is obviously some pre-race ritual for him. Chan On-Chu has had a really poor couple of months and would like to turn them around. The fall yesterday means he drops down to 5th in the championship on 97 points. That's 26 down on the series leader, Ryusei Yamanaka. Number 4, 2nd row, Jerry Salim, the Indonesian rider, 7th in the championship on 55 points. There were moments yesterday where Jerry might have put himself in positions to fight once more for this series. I fear that on 55 points and a crash himself and a high side yesterday, that could be curtains for his championship chance. He might well just have to try and settle for maybe a top 3 at best. Next up is Koji Hirama, 5th on the grid, number 8, 16-year-old. And Hirama, likewise, much like Jerry Salim, won't play a part in terms of fighting for this year's championship, but this is Hirama's first year in the Asia Talent Cup. I think you'll see more from him next year. Denitsu, the twin there of Chan. You can see his father just to the left, green helmet. What a mixed day it was for him yesterday. He was back in 6th, then the crash happened with his brother and Noguchi. Denitsu pushed his way through to the front, crashed. Red flag came out, ended up on the podium. The story is for Denitsu, their number 7, is that he is 2nd overall in the championship now and just 5 points down. And here he is then, Ryusei Yamanaka, 7th on the grid and leader of the championship after that win yesterday. This his 3rd year in the Asia Talent Cup. It was his first win in the championship yesterday. He was also 6th in the Red Bull Rookies. He knows the Yonchu twins very well because he's been racing with them so far this year in the Red Bull Rookies. Chan finishing 3rd in that championship and Denitsu finishing in 4th overall. Next to Yamanaka, we saw Noguchi, the championship leader from yesterday, who crashed and took Chan-on-Chu with him. This is Nakajima. Sorry, this is Haruki Noguchi. You can still see the scuffs on his leathers from that crash yesterday. Noguchi then wants to get back to winning ways. He's not been on the podium now since Suzuka, which was 4 races ago. All of these riders, as you can see, identical bikes, identical leathers. Nothing to split between them. They have had wet practice, as we see Genki Nakajima here. Nakajima, unfortunately, yesterday wasn't able to make up much ground. He's 9th in the championship overall. There will be a 15-lap race. They've had plenty of wet practice. Both of their free practice sessions and qualifying held in wet conditions, and that is why Yuki Kuni is on pole position, and he needs a big result today. If he wants to feature in Sepang in, just under 2 weeks' time, he's got to do the job here today. So, number 12, Yamanaka, leader of the championship, 7th on the grid, 123 points. Number 7, Denitsu, 6th on the grid. Just 1 place ahead of Yamanaka, but only 5 points down on him in the championship. Anwar on the front row, number 20, 3rd overall, 10 points down. And Noguchi was the championship leader, but he dropped to 4th in just 1 race after the error yesterday. Noguchi, you will find, 8th on the grid. Well, Chan-on-Chu crashed on the sighting lap, but he has made it for the warm-up lap. And so, hopefully, for his sake, he can have a bit of a clearer ride here. He really has to finish this race, Chan-on-Chu, and finish it well if he wants to crown himself as the Asia Talent Cup champion. Reports suggesting that the Yonchu twins at the moment probably wouldn't take part in the Asia Talent Cup next year. I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but the Red Bull Rookies and the Junior World Championship beckons for the pair of them. They're not old enough to move into the Grand Prix paddock, although Chan is desperate to find his way in there. Despite being twins, there is quite a significant size difference there between Chan and Denitsu, but you can definitely see the likeness. They are twins after all. 3rd there in that group is Yuki Kuni, number 5, pole position for him. And like I say, needs a win. He's not finished a race now since Suzuka. The last 3 races he's crashed. Yuki Kuni came away from Suzuka as the championship leader after a win there and a win in Qatar as well. He could do with putting this to bed, this bad fortune that he's got at the moment. But Kuni is the youngest rider out there. Well, I say the youngest. Kuni and the Yonchu twins are all together the youngest riders out there. They're all 14. Riders going all the way up to 21. Jerry Salim is 20. He is one of the older and more experienced riders. This is 3rd season in the championship. Previous champions of this Asia Talent Cup, we've had Kaito Toba, currently in Moto3 World Championship. Ayumi Sasaki likewise. And, of course, Somkia Chantra, the Thai winner from last year. You just got a quick glimpse there of the championship standings, the top 4 anyway. And there are just 12 points separating 4 riders. 26 points covering the top 5 if you include Chan-on-Chu, number 3. There's Cooney, number 5. He'll be on pole. Number 12, Yamanaka there, just testing out his front end. He is the series leader. Will that win from yesterday give him the confidence and spur him on here today? We're about to find out. The nerves will be jangling a bit. There were concerns earlier that we might not get this race underway with the delays that were going on in the Grand Prix that was held here. But good news, we've got underway and it's 3:30, so we've got a couple of hours here to get 15 laps in. Hey, we should be all right today. It was pretty much dark last night. Here we go then, 15 laps coming up for the FIM Asia Talent Cup. Backed by Idemitsu, the lights go out and away they go. A good start there from Jerry Salim, number 4 on the second row, but Yuki Cooney gets away best. Jerry Salim immediately goes up alongside number 3, Chan On-Chu, and coming through is Dennis On-Chu as well, number 7. He won't want to wipe out his brother into turn 1, that's for sure. They all make their way around turn 1. Then around turn 2, who's that? Someone's got a massive wallop there. That's Ryusuke Yamanaka, the championship leader coming into today, and yesterday's race winner's down already. Goodness me, no one wants to lead this championship. Yuki Cooney it is that has the lead into turn 3. It all happens in the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. You cannot blink without seeing a change. Will he be able to get this one restarted? I don't think he's got much hope here. I think this is it. He's trying to bend his handlebars back into shape, but I think he's got... There's a couple of riders down in the background there as well. Oh my word, where's Chan On-Chu gone? Chan On-Chu's gone down again. He's gone missing. No, it can't be possible. The misery can't continue any longer. Surely there's 2 or 3 riders down on the exit of turn 4. Who were they? I think Chan On-Chu was one of them. Yuki Cooney leads. There's Azroy Anwar. Number 21 in 3rd is Genki Nakajima. And there he is, Chan On-Chu. Let's pack up. Let's go home. This has been a disaster. An absolute disaster. 24 has gone down as well. Erfin Firmancia. And I wouldn't imagine that Firmancia was anywhere near Chan On-Chu, so he might have just crashed on his own. I just can't believe what I'm seeing here with Chan On-Chu. Where has it all gone wrong? He was riding the crest of a wave around about Sachsenring time. On it at Sachsenring, Red Bull Rookie Championship leader. Then he went over to Sepang for the Asia Talent Cup. Won both races there, and everyone's talking about Chan On-Chu and the fact that it's so unfortunate he can't make his way in the World Championship. Then all of a sudden, it's just gone Pete Tong. And he is now out of this race. And I would say, depending on results here, he could find himself out of a championship hunt. But Yamanaka, the championship leader, has gone down. So you just never know. Chan On-Chu will need to be hoping here that 1 or 2 spill off again so that he does have a chance going into Sepang. Cross the line then, 14 laps to go. Yuki Cooney leads. He's got a 2.7 second advantage on the opening lap. Here is Nakajima going up into 2nd place, number 21. Should just point out that Nakajima entered this championship and came in as a reserve for another injured rider for Suzuka. So he's only taken part in 2 rounds. What a rider he is. A 7th, a 3rd and an 8th in his first 3 races. And now he's up to 2nd, although he's just been demoted again. Azroy Anwar goes up into 2nd place. Now, as things stand, Azroy Anwar and Dennis On-Chu will be now leading the championship, and they won't be far away on points. Hirama's dropped down a couple of places as well. Hirama might have gone down here. Number 8. So there's another contender gone. We only finished with 8 riders yesterday, and we've not even got 2 laps down here, and we've lost quite a few already. Hirama has crashed out. He is up and okay. I can tell you that Ryusuke Yamanaka, championship leader coming into today, did remount and has rejoined. Now, there's every chance here that he might score points, so I'll have to keep an eye on that as this one develops. You just can't keep up with this Asia Talent Cup. It's so hard. You turn away, you look down at your paperwork for a minute and it's all going off. Yuki Cooney is the race leader though. He's absolutely storming this. He is absolutely ripping away from the pack. We are 2 laps in to this race, and Cooney has a 3.1 second lead. Now, what on earth happened here? This is a replay of the start. Watch out for number 12, Yamanaka, nearest to you, just coming up in around about 4th or 5th place. He was hanging it around the outside. There he is, up to 2nd place, look. Yamanaka, championship leader, comes around, turn 2, high side, down, out. He has rejoined though. Circuit commentators here are going absolutely mental, so I don't know if something else has just happened while we're watching this, or if he's just getting excited over Yuki Kuni's lead. We are in Japan, after all. Then, Chan On-Chu, high sides out of the race himself. And then Fermencia went down as well. I don't know if I really want to talk about Chan On-Chu anymore. Across the line we go, Kuni the race leader. Here is Ryusei Yamanaka. Well, as a result of other riders going down, Yamanaka's up into 16th place. He is riding a pretty bent bike there. But I'll have a look at his lap times in a moment when he comes around and see whether or not he's actually got a realistic chance here of finishing this race. Kuni leads. Anua number 20 second. And then number 21 is in third. That's Nakajima. Then there's about a 2-second gap back to Zenitsu On-Chu, who would be at the moment your new championship leader, I think. Let's have a look. Anua 20, On-Chu on 13. 7 difference. No. Anua would be leading it, I think, by 2 points, the championship as it stands. So it's all happening. Yuki Kuni, the race leader, needs a race win as well to launch himself back into contention. Give himself a lifeline going into the final round in Sepang in just under a fortnight's time. Further down the order, we've got Salim in 5th, Noguchi 6th, then Hendriencia 7th, Ardencia 8th, Hamdan 9th. Koki and Takuto Suzuki are 10th and 11th. Then it's Saito, Kayu Sonti, Sahaimi, Fermencia and Yamanaka. So Fermencia, who also crashed with Chan On-Chu, has rejoined. Yamanaka's lap 10 seconds down on Yuki Kuni, so it's going to be a long old race for him if he is to hang on in there, but they could be precious points he picks up here. Another fastest lap then for Yuki Kuna. Oh, and almost throwing it at the scenery there, and the race leader had a massive warning there. I can tell you Yamanaka has crashed again. Yamanaka number 12, I think that really will be curtains for him now. He was riding a bent bike, he was 10 seconds off the pace of Yuki Kuni here. And Kuni himself has just been given a bit of a warning. These riders all have pit boards. And if I was a family member or mechanic of Yuki Kuni at the moment, I'd just be telling him, look, you've got a 5-second lead here. There's no need to do anything silly. There is Ryusei Yamanaka. Well, from hero yesterday to 0 today, 2 crashes in 1 race, and that is it. That's enough. Blimey. Let's have a look and see what happened then. The bike was already bent, as you can see. He goes down on the brakes, goes down through the gears, and down she goes. Typical turn 3 crash that, I'm afraid. But rider up and okay. Hamdan's crashed now. We've lost another one. Hamdan crashed yesterday as well. Riders 11 and 12. Hamdan and 12. Rejoin race. I cannot believe for the life of me that Yamanaka's having another crack at this, is he? Unless he's got a couple of spanners hidden in his leathers that he's currently put the fairings back together with and just made a couple of adjustments. Surely not. This is the battle for second you're looking at. Azroy Anwar has just kind of built up a bit of a gap now over Nakajima. Then it's On-Chu. He's not making any mistakes here at the moment. He is in 4th place. Now, another rider's fallen now. Ardencia, number 6, has gone down. Blimey. We'll be lucky here. I mean, this is a 15-lap race. We've got 12 to go. We'll be lucky if we've got any riders finishing this one. Yuki Kuni still leads this race. Asia Talent Cup, I tell you. It's great value sometimes, it really is, but I don't know, I've seen some crashes. Japanese fans that have hung on to watch this, each time I've got a few fans looking at this race opposite me in the commentary box from a grandstand, and every single time the Asia Talent Cup riders come round, there's one missing. Yuki Kuni here then, coming around turns 13 and 14. Victory corner. He hopes it's going to be victory corner. I'm not counting my chickens until he's crossed the line. See what his lap time's doing this time. Is he consistently in the 15s? Just dropped into the 16s for now. That's not bad at all. There's Zenitsu On-Chu in 4th. He would be 2 points behind the new championship leader, Azroy Anwar, as it stands, if my maths are right. Now we'll get a good view of how many riders we've got left in this in a second, as they all head round past the start-finish straight. We had 18 riders start this race. We had 19 riders starting the weekend. 8 riders finished yesterday. So how many have we got left? There's only 12 that have crossed the line, but there must be a few more out there. Yeah, Firmencia has remounted, so he's in 13th place. So we've got 13, but there's still a long way to go in this one. Not often you see gaps spreading out like this for race wins in the Asia Talent Cup, but he's managing this 5-second lead very well here, Yuki Kuni. Hamdan did rejoin, so he's up to 14th. Yamanaka has officially given it up now. He is out of the race. He hasn't had another go at trying to get back up. That's it. So, unless Ardencia has decided to get back up and have another pop at this one, then we'll have 14 riders. Cooney goes through sector 2, still 5 seconds up. Yeah, Ardencia is out of this one, I think. I can't see him going round at the moment. Gap just been closed by a 10th there from Anwar. 4.8 seconds now, the lead for Yuki Kuni. But after that warning, has he just rolled off slightly? Under the bridge and up to complete another one. There'll be 10 to go when he comes across the line here. Yuki Kuni then, as I said before, 6th in the championship coming into this one on 85 points. Well, Yamanaka going down has done him a few favours. He would be on 110 after this, but Denitson Chu would pick up 13 for being in 4th place. So Cooney would just about have a lifeline, but he would certainly need results to go his way in Sepang. But hey, for now, let's just see if he can get this job done. There are the 2 riders in 2nd and 3rd in the background there, number 20 Anwar and Nakajima. Nakajima's been on the podium once before, as I've already mentioned. Anwar has been in 2nd place now 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and looking like it might be number 5. Replay here of your race leader, Yuki Kuni, the 14-year-old from Japan. 6th in this championship last year. Currently 6th in the championship this year. Cooney did win the first race here last year, but then crashed in race 2. Well, this weekend so far he crashed in race 1, and will he do a reverse and now win in race 2? Confirmation on the left of your screen there, only 14 riders left in this one. Looking in control here, despite the gap coming down. Anwar here, number 20. He's taking a couple of tenths out of Cooney's lead through each sector. Not an immediate cause for concern for your race leader, but if he continues at this rate, then Yuki Cooney will have problems at the end of it. Jerry Salim is in 5th place. As solid as that is, it's not good enough to throw his championship fight back into life again. And Haruki Noguchi, who entered this weekend as the championship leader, somehow, after the crash yesterday, would only be 12 points behind. And there is confirmation. 4 riders split by 12 points. Yamanaka, despite having crashed twice, would still have a very large say in this. But, hey, like I said before, I mean, you wouldn't actually put it past, would you, that the championship standings after race 1 yesterday remained the same today, because you can't bet on anyone finishing this. Across the line then there, Anwar was 3 tenths quicker than Yuki Cooney, so the gap is 4.6 seconds. Here's Denitson Chu. He's having a better time of things than his twin brother Chan, that's for sure. Chan's head must be just all over the place at the moment. His father's got a bit of work to do there in just trying to help him out. I cannot see, with the damage that's going to be done here in this championship how Chan On-Chu is going to be able to finish as the series leader anymore. On board here with Idemitsu On-Chu. He's been doing the sensible thing. After that fall yesterday, the red flag came out. He was allowed to restart the race. Now, I have been doing some digging in the rulebook, if you joined us yesterday, as to how he was allowed to restart. And if the red flag came out, and as the red flag came out, sorry, because it was due to track conditions and it was going to be a fresh restart, he was allowed to restart because he got it back into within pit lane within a 5-minute period. Because it went back a lap and he was classified at that point, he got back into pit lane within 5 minutes, therefore he was allowed to restart the race. And it was the same story for Azroy Anwar as well. Yuki Kuni has built his lead up again now to 4.8 seconds, so he's controlling this one all right so far. Nakajima in third place has lost touch now of Anwar, and he's in third. They're all sort of stringing out here. There's no one making rapid progress on anyone. Noguchi's in fifth, so he must have gone through on Jerry Salim. Well, that makes a bit of a difference to the championship for him. That's another point he'll earn. That would make it, what, 11 points between 4 riders? If things stay the same. That is a big if. 8 laps to go, 2:15.5. That's the fastest lap of the race from Yuki Kuni. Rain is sort of steadied here. I'm looking out from the commentary box. It's still falling, but it's a light drizzle. And Yuki Kuni's lead now is up to 5.3 seconds. Azroy Anwar in second. You know, Emilio Altamora, the manager to Marc Marquez, is famous. And for what reason? Because he won a Grand Prix title, having never won a race in that season. Azroy Anwar in second place. This would be his 5th second place of the season if he sees it through. And he'll go into the final round as the championship leader. You stay upright, you pick up big points in this series, and you will see prizes. Further back here, battle going on. Number 2 is Takuto Suzuki. Number 18 is Koki Suzuki. I don't believe they're any relation. And they're no relation either to Tatsuki Suzuki, I don't believe, the Grand Prix rider, who's had an excellent day here today on home turf. And then just behind them, fellow Japanese rider, Kei Saito, number 16. In 11th place is the Thai rider, Krichaporn Kaiutonti. Oh no! Down goes another. Kei Saito from 10th place has gone down at turn number 5. And unless he can rejoin, it will mean we only have 13 left. Yuki Kuni, though, doing a great job. Just needs to be careful of those white lines. He's riding very well so far here. But he'll know from the warning he got on the exit of turn 5 a few laps ago. Yeah, that's it. Kei Saito then out of the race. There he is. We were just talking about him, tipping it into turn number 5. Power on. Around she comes. And down she goes. Kei Saito. Horrible looking crash that, actually. Took a good old whack to the noggin. So down on the head. Here is Yuki Kuni then. 5.6 seconds his lead now over Azroy Anwar. Nakajima in third. On-Chu, Idemitsu that is, in fourth. Then Haruki, Noguchi and Jerry Salim. That's your top 6 that are covered by 22 seconds. It's rare in a race like this that you see that. Lucky Hendriancia is in 7th place, number 13. The Indonesian 17-year-old. And then it's Koki Suzuki, Takuto Suzuki, and Kai Sonti now has moved into the top 10. 13 riders remaining in this one. these laps will be feeling like marathons at the moment for Yuki Kuni. Where's the checkered flag, he's thinking. That's Roy Anouar there in second place. It looked like he was making headway earlier. Maybe it's come to him, maybe the light bulb has come on. He's worked out the points himself. He knows that this is all working out just okay, actually. There's no point pushing it, trying to follow Yuki Kuni when I've got 20 points here that might just work out. I mean, he doesn't, of course, know what's going on behind him, so he can't be sure. But with Denitson Chu in fourth, he will be the championship leader. He'll also know that Yuki Kuni has it all to do out front, and so I'm sure he's quite happy just to let him lead this one at the moment. There is Nakajima, and you have to wonder, had he have started the championship, he was a reserve, where he might be this year, because he's come in and really hit the ground running. Just in case you're wondering how that works, basically the riders are put into a selection process, and then a couple of tests are being run. Alberto Pucci and co. then keep an eye out and pick the talents from the bunch that they see. And then there are reserves put in place in case riders get injured. If you don't have a good day through those tests and you're rookies, then you might find yourself in a bit of bother. And that's what happened to Nakajima. Just didn't have the right day. And unfortunately wasn't able to qualify as an automatic Asia Talent Cup rider. I'm pretty sure that based on his performances this year, he will be next year. And that is taken into consideration by the Asia Talent Cup scouts as well, when they then go and decide what's happening for the following year. They will look at the results of the previous season, and if riders are keen to enter the championship again, certainly if they've been fighting in and around the top 5 or 6, then their place is all but cemented. Yuki Kuni here, well, he is only 14. I believe you're only allowed to enter, and I'll have to clarify this ready for Sepang, but I think the same rules apply as Red Bull rookies, where you are only allowed a maximum of 3 years in the championship. So for Jerry Salim, for example, number 4, the 20-year-old, this would be his last year in the championship. You get 3 years at this to try and make your mark. Now, these riders all are open to enter the Red Bull rookie selection process as well, and likewise they will get an opportunity to showcase their talents in a selection process, and if they're lucky enough to get picked, then they'll be in that as well. And guess what? Red Bull Rookie Championship, a feeder series by Dorna, they also take into consideration how those riders have got on in the Asia Talent Cup. It all works out nicely. Bottom line being that if you've got what it takes, there's every chance you can make it to the GP level. It's all down to you. And these riders are riding these bikes for free. All they've got to do is pay for their travel and accommodation. Put themselves up, stay in a tent if you want, do what you like. Tent, hotel, get yourselves to the circuits and the events. The rest is taken care of. Helmets, bikes, leathers, repair damage, not a penny. And the same will apply for the British Talent Cup that will be coming next year over in the UK as well, for British and Irish riders. In this race with 5 laps to go then, Yuki Kuni just opens up his lead. It's a 2:15.046 that last lap for Yuki Kuni, the race leader. He's opened up an 8-second gap now at the front, in complete control. This is Azroy Anouar in second place, so he would be going into the championship lead, leaving here. Seeing what looked like a fast-forward replay, then going into a slow-mo replay there of Anouar. Confirmation there, look, 11 points between 4 riders going into Sepang. Yes, please. I'll be commentating on those races, so the closer it is, the better. And fingers crossed, hey, about the weather. Let's hope we get a dry day. so that we can have a real humdinger, because the slipstream down the 2 long straights at the Sepang International Circuit just outside Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia normally means that you're in for some nail-biting stuff, and we'll have some of that, please. I can tell you that Kei Sato, despite that crash earlier and it looked like he was being wheeled over to safety, he's had a play around with his bike, and he's worked out, probably just through the method of counting the bikes coming through, that he can score points if he can get that bike working again. He has got it working again, and it looks like, yeah, he's just gone across the line. He is 1 lap down, of course, but he's in 14th place, so he'd take a couple of points. And for a rider who has only had 4 points finishes, why not, eh? Cross the line to go, and 4 laps to go for Cooney now, a 2:16.2 this time. Despite that slight worrying moment on the power coming out of turn 5, he's been on rails, he's done a brilliant job. Azroy Anwar here on for 5 second places, finishes on the trot, and Nakajima, the reserve. Tell you what, with this finish, I've got a feeling Nakajima could be challenging for a top 8 place in the championship, and considering he has missed 2 rounds, that is not bad going at all. Here is number 7, Denitsonchu. 4th place for him. It would be a 3rd and a 4th this weekend for Denitsonchu, which might not sound spectacular, but what have we said about consistency before? He came into the weekend about 11 points down, no, 8 points down in the championship, and he'd be leaving. Anwar, where's Anwar gone? Where has Anwar gone? He's crashed out. Did I miss that? Have I been watching something else? Anwar, the championship leader, has gone out. I was looking down at notes on Nakajima. I'm the only one in the commentary box, of course, so I haven't got a spotter in here, unfortunately, but Azroy Anwar's gone down. He has. There he is. The Malaysian rider, and he's desperate to get that bike going, and for good reason, because every point is precious here for him. He was inheriting the championship lead. Well, he's not now. This would mean that Denitsonchu would move up onto the podium, and Denitsonchu, with 2 third places, would then go into Sepang as the new championship leader. We've had 5 different championship leaders, I think, so far this weekend. What is going on here? He will be desperate to get that bike going. I mean, even if he finishes in 14th place, Azroy Anwar really needs to get that bike cracking just to give himself a bit more of a chance here. So, because every point is going to count. Yuki Cooney comes across the line. His lead now is going to be mammoth as a result of Anwar going AWOL. Nakajima comes across the line 12 seconds down on Cooney, but in 2nd place. And here's Denitsonchu, 3rd for him. And that now means championship lead. Well. Noguchi, Haruki Noguchi, that means a couple of extra points for him as well. So he lifts himself up a place in the championship by going into 4th. There you see it. Anwar has gone from championship leader down to 4th overall. Haruki Noguchi, despite crashing yesterday and falling down to 4th in the championship, Denitsonchu we're on board with, is having a major moment himself and almost through the scenery. Every single time, it's like the championship lead jinx. Every time someone leads the championship, they're either having a moment or stacking it. Denitsonchu then. Here he is in 3rd. Goodness. Incredible scenes here in Motegi. Hard to keep up with the Asia Talent Cup. I'm looking still for Anwar. Is he still in this one or not? Did he get that bike going again? And is he going to get a chance of coming through? Not sure if that's just a strap loose. I hope his helmet's not loose, Haruki Noguchi. I think it's just one of the straps there come loose that should be tucked underneath the inside. But Haruki Noguchi, who came into this weekend as the championship leader, think that's just a piece of ribbon or something hanging down from his helmet. I'm not really sure what's going on there. Number 9, then 4th place, and moves back into 2nd overall in the championship. Who knew? Who knew that Noguchi, having crashed yesterday, would only be 10 points behind in the series based on other results? Anwar is out. It's just been confirmed. Can't believe it. 3 laps to go, and soon to be 2 laps to go. The penultimate lap begins now for Yuki Kuni. Just behind him there is number 10, that's Kei Saito, who crashed at turn 5 and has remounted. He's now in 13th place. It's the amount of riders that we have left in this. There is Nakajima. He is in 2nd place, 13 seconds down. That would be his best result. Denitson Chu is in line here for his 5th podium of the year. That would take him to the top of the championship standings. And of the twin brothers, Denitson Chu wouldn't have necessarily been fancied to take this championship at the midway point. He might have been after the opening day because he won both races then, but Chanon Chu took a massive leap forward ahead of his brother, and it's all gone back again. There's Jerry Salim. He's going to finish in 5th if things stay the way they are. Going to be some personal best records going on further behind as well. Goodness me. Kaio Sonti has just put in his fastest lap of the race. The Thai rider. He's in 8th place ahead of Takuto Suzuki. Firmincia in 10th. Firmincia, who crashed and is going to remount to a 10th place finish. You don't hear that being said very often. Yuki Kuni makes his way around turn 10 and now onto the long back straight. He's got 4 corners remaining of this lap and then 1 more circulation of this 4.8 kilometre Motegi circuit. Victorious here last year, Kuni. And this win will mean a great deal. And of course, with what, 3-4 riders that are in championship contention crashing out here, he'll definitely be back in the hunt for a top 3 overall. Of course, the bad news for him is that these crashes mean that Denitson Chu's moved up a place, and Denitz will be extending his championship lead. Kuni comes across the line to start his last lap then here in the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. Nakajima, 3rd in Suzuka earlier this year, will take 2nd as things stand, and Denitson Chu 3rd to back up his 3rd from yesterday. I'm looking around for other potential overtaking manoeuvres. There might be something in it, the battle between 9th and 10th, Suzuki and Firmincia, but other than that, that should be it. Denitson Chu, dangle of the leg down into turn 3. Oh, he's being ever so careful here, Denitson Chu. Really, really careful on the power. He bogged that a bit there. He's just being very, very careful on what he's doing. The sound is just a little bit out there in terms of where we were. Here is Yuki Kuni though, so far so good. It's going to be a mammoth win. I mean, how often do you see a rider winning by a margin like this? Bit of opposite lock on there for him down into turn number 10 and onto the back straight already we go. The checkered flag looms, 4 corners left for Yuki Kuni. What will be a brilliant win, and this will take him on to 110 points. I think he'd be 24 down on Denitson Chu going into Sepang with 50 available. That's doable based on the way these races go. Around the final corner, checkered flag is out then. Yuki Kuni, other than one slight slip, This has been very impressive. Don't look over your shoulders, no one there. Brilliant win. Yuki Kuni wins race 2 here in Motegi. And we'll have to wait a while. Here he is, Nakajima. Oh, this is a fantastic result. His best result in the Asia Talent Cup. Remember his name. He'll be back in this one next year. And he could still finish in the top 6 overall. Great second place for him. And then it's on Chu taking the checkered flag there into 3rd. And he likes that because he knows, he's done the math. He knows that that is the championship lead. So the tiny twin, Denitson Chu, will take a championship lead into the next round. But it's a win here for Yuki Kuni. No one could get close to him. Still waiting for 5th place to come across the line. Kuni will be in Parc Ferme by the time all the finishers have come across it. Salim, 51 seconds down on Yuki Kuni, finally comes across the line, and that's just for 5th. Absolutely obliterated everyone here. Yuki Kuni then. It's his 4th podium of the season. 3 of them have been wins. More often than not, when he's on the podium, he stands on a top step. Now, if he follows that up with 2 wins in Sepang, he might just be able to do it, but he will need results to go his way elsewhere, and he needs to stay upright. 1 minute and 27 seconds down. Saimi comes across the line to take 11th. And Fermencia, who crashed at the same time as Chan On Chu earlier, has come across the line to finish in 9th. Remounting to finish 9th. Not a bad day at the office for him in the end, despite that fall. Crashes for Chan On Chu, not only on the sighting lap, but on, the first lap of the race as well. Somehow he's got to try and muster up a smile to pat his twin brother on the back. We ride with him here. And there's confirmation, 21 points in between 4 riders going into the final round, 11 between 3. Denitson Chu, having come into this round with an 8-point deficit, comes out of it with a 10-point lead, and that's just through finishing 3rd twice. To finish first you have to finish, and all that. Denitson Chu, he's not stupid. He's worked out the maths very well indeed. He'll come into pit lane. He'll celebrate that like a win. Number 9 there, just on the right. Noguchi off the podium, but still in with a shout. Still in with a shout. 10 points down on Denitson Chu. Here we are, riding with him. Ryosei Yamanaka, yesterday's race winner. He will go into the final round, 11 points down. Chan On Chu, let's just see where he is. Yeah, that ain't going to happen. The championship can't happen for Chan On Chu now. He's 37 points down with 50 available, and he can't stay upright at present. Unfortunately, Jerry Salim has to face the fact that it is now over. It was going to be an uphill climb already for the Indonesian 20-year-old, but Jerry Salim, unfortunately that crash yesterday just cost him. He is out of the running. He needed 2 big results today, the number 4. It's not happened. He had a crash yesterday and a 5th today. That's only 11 out of a possible 50 points. Championship over for him, and he's not going to be finishing in the top 3 either. In fact, I'm just doing the math now. He can't mathematically even do that. Not even a top 5 on the cards now for Jerry Salim. Noguchi here, though. Well, licking his wounds yesterday in tears down after crashing and wiping Chan On Chu with him. Here is Yuki Kuni, though. Race win for him. Nakajima just on the left there, green helmet. And the Arai helmet there. A very quiet, unassuming chap, thumbs up, but a 15-year-old that's worth taking note of. Here is Denitson Chu. Smile on the face. There's his dad just on the left. No sign of Chan On-Chu. I'd imagine he's probably crying his eyes out at the moment. He can't believe what's happened. Highlights of the race then. Well, where do you start? Ryusei Yamanaka, second on your pictures there. High-sided out at turn 1. Remounted, crashed again. Then a bit further up the road, Chan On-Chu high-sided. Firmin Siar went off as well. Firmin Siar managed to return to 9th place. Yuki Kuni then took the lead. Azroy Anwar went out of the race. Did he crash or was it a mechanical? Didn't see it, but he's angry with himself, and the checker flag came out and Yuki Kuni's taken it. Not the closest Asia Talent Cup race you're ever going to see, and it will be a lot closer than this in Malaysia, let me tell you. But how often do you see little Moto3 machines where there's a minute and 6 seconds covering the top 6? Not very often. That would have felt like a long time out there. At 34 minutes that Yuki Kuni had to wait before he was crowned the winner. Slight height difference between 1, 2 and 3 there as well. I'm not sure if Denitz On-Chu is going to be able to lift his up. It's bigger than him. 2 Japanese riders though. Nakajima there on the left. He's definitely one to keep an eye on. Coming in as a reserve and now 2 podiums to his name already. Where's that put him in the championship? I'm looking at the standings now. Nakajima missed 3 races. He's 8th in the championship with every chance of catching Jerry Salim for 7th. That would be a brilliant effort from him, and he'll almost certainly return to this championship full-time next year and could be a name that we're talking about for a possible Asia Talent Cup championship. As it is, going into the final round, there will be 5 riders split by 24 points. Denitz On-Chu, Noguchi, Yamanaka, Anwar and Yuki Kuni, today's winner. That win has given him a lifeline. Tell you what, Yuki Kuni there on the right, he's got a lot taller since the last time I saw him racing here last year. That's what happens, of course, to these teenagers. Their feet in grow bags over the winter. Let's bring you confirmation then of the results here from the twin ring Motegi for the Idemitsu FIM Asia Talent Cup. Race 2, with 2 races left to go in the season over in Sepang. Yuki Kuni, race winner, blitzed the field, 15 seconds clear of Genki Nakajima. Denitz On-Chu, 3rd overall, 2 podiums for him this weekend, championship leader. Haruki Noguchi, well, a 4th. And a crash means he's still in contention somehow. Jerry Salim 5th. Hendry Insar a bit luckier today than he was yesterday. 6th for him. Koki Suzuki 7th. Krichapon Kayasonti in 8th. And Irfan Firmansia falling and remounting to finish in 9th. It was 10th for Takuto Suzuki. 11th for Sairul Saimi. And Hazik Hamdan was 12th ahead of Kai Sato, another rider. Both Hamdan and Sato, in fact, crashed, remounted to finish 12th and 13th, picking up points. Out, no finish, no points for Anwar, Ardincia, Yamanaka, Hirama and Chan On-Chu. This is what it means for the Asia Talent Cup Championship with 2 races left and 50 points available. And one of the Turkish twins is smiling at least anyway. Denitz On-Chu on 134. 10 points clear of Haruki Noguchi. Ryusei Yamanaka, his 2 crashes today means he drops down to 3rd place, 11 down. Anwar and Kuni are 4th and 5th. All 5 of those will fight it out for the championship. Chan On-Chu, 37 down, 50 available. I'd say that's a bridge too far for him. Jerry Salim's championship charge is over. Likewise for Genki Nakajima, although he hasn't been a part of the championship all year anyway, so he's done very well. Upper place for Lucky Hendry and Sierra as well in 9th. Further down, Koji Hirama, well, not a great day for him. He's dropped down 2 places. Takuto Suzuki, no points for him. Firmin Siar is in 12th. Kei Sonti upper place. Likewise, Koki Suzuki. Arden Siar down 2. Cyril Saimi, 15 points for him. He moves up a couple of spots in the championship overall. Few names on these lists that you're about to see on the final page of the points. no longer in the championship due to injury or one thing or another. Hattori, Bhatia, Titivarak, Hakim, Tarachi and our Finn. Two Japanese riders, and the Turkish championship leader then will be down in Park Ferme. Sorry, up on the podium now, getting ready to go out. There he is then, Denitz Honchu. The pint-sized Denitz will take a 10-point lead into the championship next time out. A wave there from Nakajima. That's his best result in Asia Talent Cup. And another win in Motegi for Yuki Kuni to go with his winner's trophy from last year as well. This adds to the wins that he picked up at Suzuka earlier in the year and Qatar as well. We only had one race there, of course, due to the severe weather that we had over in the Far East. Celebration for Denitz Honchu with a big smile on that face. 5 podiums for him now this year. As I said, for Nakajima, his best result and his second podium. And then Yuki Kuni, his 4th podium of the season. His 3rd win. Crucially, though, his first finish in 4 races. Here's the national anthem of race winner Yuki Kuni. Many congratulations there then to Yuki Kuni, race winner here at the Twin Ring in Motegi in the Idemitsu Asia Talent Cup. Well, this 12-race championship has been all over Asia so far this year. We started out at Chang International Circuit in Thailand, the World Superbike Championship, before joining the MotoGP World Championship in Qatar last time out. Then it was Suzuka, Sepang, and today Motegi. The next race will be Sepang, Malaysia, 28th of October. That's just under a couple of weeks away. Thanks for joining us here this weekend. I'm sure you've enjoyed the Asia Talent Cup races and MotoGP as well. I've been Steve Day. I'll join you again for the finale of the Asia Talent Cup. That'll be in Malaysia, in Sepang. We'll see you there. It will be Denitz Honchu that will be taking a 10-point lead into that final round. See you there.